The year 2021 began with two new members of the Sutter County Board of Supervisors, Nick McKelly of the 1st District and Carm Baines of the 4th District. Economic development and public safety played key roles in more than 520 decisions made on the agenda items by members of the board in 2021. Growth in Sutter County is directed toward the existing cities. In 2021, the Board of Supervisors completed tax exchange negotiations with the City of Yuba City that will allow for annexation of land south of Bogue Road and development of approximately 750 acres of residential, commercial, and park space envisioned in the Bogue-Stewart Master Plan. I would like to especially thank Yuba City Mayor Mark Boomgarden and Sutter County Supervisor Matt Conant for working with me on this negotiation effort. For well over a decade, our planning department has been working on the Sutter Point Specific Plan, which provides the development framework for a 7,500-acre community in South Sutter County near an international airport and the intersection of two interstate highways. We made great progress in 2021. The first phase, approved by the Board of Supervisors, Lakeside Village, is expected to break ground this year. In an effort to improve safe access to public space, Sutter County is working with the Sutter County Resource Conservation District on a proposal to develop a 200-acre park along the west bank of the Feather River, from the 10th Street Bridge to the south of Shanghai Bend. The project got a big boost in 2021 when the Conservation District secured a planning grant from the National Park Service. A survey of residents showed support for the parkway, which would include trails and picnic tables and river access. Residents also favored a continued focus on reducing the number of people camping illegally along the river. 15 years ago, Sutter County joined with Butte County, the cities of Yuba City, Live Oak, Biggs, and Gridley, and levee districts 1 and 9 to form the Sutter Butte Flood Control Agency to implement a levee rehabilitation program on the west bank of the Feather River. This year, Sebufka officially notified its member agencies it had achieved a 200-year level of flood protection along a 44 miles of levee from south of Star Bend in Sutter County to the Thermalito Afterbay in Butte County, reducing the risk of flooding, reducing the cost of flood insurance, and allowing for the continued growth in our urban areas. Also this year, two people who were very instrumental in the advocacy of flood risk reduction in our community, Sally Serger and Francis Silva, passed away. Sebufka renamed its 44-mile levee project in honor of Francis Silva, who was involved in flood fighting for 8 decades.
A bit about Star Bend here. Barbara already told you that I sandbagged here in 1938, 1942, 1955, 1964, 86, and 97, and every year it got worse.
The Board of Supervisors maintained strong support of the Sutter County Sheriff's Office and Sutter County Fire. The board approved funding for new security fencing at the Sheriff's Department and began good faith negotiations with the sworn officers' representatives with an eye toward improving pay and working conditions. The board reduced the burden of property owners in and around the community of Sutter by forgiving the remainder of a construction loan on the Sutter Fire Station. Implementing a recommendation from the Sutter County Grand Jury, the board also adopted an ordinance allowing Sutter County Fire to recoup the costs of emergency responses from insurance companies of at-fault drivers. In addition to dealing with stubborn series of vegetation fires in the river bottoms, Sutter County firefighters responded heroically as part of mutual aid strike teams to fight in some of the worst wildfires in the state's history. Mutual aid is a vital part of every sheriff's and fire department's operations, and first responders from Sutter County and surrounding agencies were kept busy throughout the long fire season. Recent changes in state and federal law allow for the cultivation of industrial hemp. Because it looks and smells like marijuana, however, where industrial hemp can be grown in the county is now regulated by an ordinance adopted by the Board of Supervisors in April of 2021. The Board of Supervisors updated the county's housing element, outlining the goals and policies to provide an adequate supply of new housing to meet the needs of present and future Sutter County residents through 2029, including the development of much-needed affordable housing. Early in 2021, board members participated in a groundbreaking ceremony for a new juvenile hall facility that will be shared by Sutter, Yuba, and Colusa counties, and then a ribbon-cutting ceremony for New Haven, a 40-unit supportive services housing project serving the chronically homeless with mental health and other issues. Sutter Yuba Behavioral Health Services provides oversight of case management at this new facility. Sutter Yuba Behavioral Health Services doubled its outpatient care capacity for adults who meet criteria for special mental health services. And a new program provides mobile outreach capability to clients who fail to show for services after multiple contacts with psychiatric services, law enforcement, other community services, and are in need of behavioral health intervention. Behavioral Health continued to offer free mental health first aid training to anyone in the community. Mental health issues are just one contributing factor to the area's homeless situation. A month-long homelessness awareness campaign in November discussed a multitude of reasons why people become homeless. Sutter County's award-winning sheltering program has kept hundreds out of the weather and helped find permanent homes for almost 100 individuals since it opened in late 2019. However, the homeless population throughout California continues to grow, despite earnest efforts to mitigate the problem at the local level. The Public Health Department continued its efforts to educate the public about the importance of vaccines and vaccine boosters to protect from hospitalization and death as a result of COVID-19. The Board of Supervisors encourages individuals to get vaccinated. However, the board opposes vaccine mandates. Health and Human Services, Employment and Eligibility Division completed a migration from one of 3 old case management systems used throughout the state to a single new system called CalSAWS, which will be used by 58 counties to determine eligibility for CalFresh, for Medi-Cal, foster care, refugee assistance, county medical services, and general assistance. In 2021, Sutter County contracted with an evacuation management software firm to pre-identify evacuation zones and make evacuations more manageable in the future. Be on the lookout for information about Zone Haven in coming months. Hampered by fluctuating COVID-19 restrictions, both the County Museum and the County Library continued to provide services to the local community. Sutter County hired a new museum director and curator, Molly Bloom, in December. The museum and library now share the services of a fundraising position. In 2021, Sandy Capel celebrated 50 years as an employee with the County Library. She started in September of 1971, retiring from a full-time position several years ago, but coming back as a part-time employee. The library's renovation did not get completed in 2021 due to supply chain and other issues, but is expected to be completed soon. In 2021, 21 employees completed the National Association of Counties High Performance Leadership Academy and received a County Master Certificate in High Performance Leadership from CSAC Institute for Excellence. This is directly related to the board's goal for leadership development among the existing workforce. Farm Advisors office staff and academics reached 15,604 residents of Sutter and Yuba counties with its outreach and education events in agriculture, youth education, gardening, and nutrition. The Sutter County Agricultural Commissioner issued a report in 2021 about the previous year's $568 million of agricultural production in our county. Every year, the crops raised and harvested in Sutter County are shipped to more than 80 countries and have a local economic impact of more than $1 billion. And it was a really busy year for the elections department. Not only did they have to prepare the county for special election regarding the question of recalling California's governor, but they had to do it while simultaneously conducting a series of workshops and study sessions to prepare new boundaries of Sutter County supervisor districts, a process that occurs every 10 years to ensure a fair balance of representation of our constituents.